Okay, so we are, well, I am at Muscle City, Bentley East. This is like our local gym that Scotty and myself train at, one of the many gyms we train at. Now, Scott's on the way. We are filming a push day. So it's going to be a little bit of chest because my chest is quite juicy, but working on shoulders and triceps today. So stay tuned. All right, Scotty, what are we doing today, brother?
Talk us through it. Push session.
Push session, yep.
For Johnny, we don't need a whole lot of chest. So some people might start the push session with more chest work. For Johnny, we're going to start with shoulders. We're going to focus a little bit more on shoulders today, but it'll be chest, shoulders, and triceps. We'll start with all of our compound movements first, and then we'll move on to our ancillaries. So first up is going to be an overhead shoulder press.
Yep, just here. Beautiful.
Yep. And we'll have Johnny start off with a warm-up. I'm not going to go too hard on the warm-ups. We're going to make a big difference between a warm-up and a working set. So we're not going to gather too much fatigue before we get into our actual working set. Tuck your elbows forward just a little bit. Perfect. That'll take some stress off your shoulders.
We're just warming up here.
Yep, just a warm up. So we're gonna get about 10 reps here. Just get some blood in the muscle. Good.
Ooh, mama.
All right. All right, second movement. For chest is going to be a cable chest press. So this isn't a fly, it's still a press. We're going to keep our elbows still low.
Yep.
And press at a slightly downward angle. It's going to get a little bit of the costal pecs here too as well. So everything we're doing to start with are going to be compound movements. Get the hardest stuff out of the way first.
Excellent.
This has some crossover as not only are we hitting pecs, but we're also hitting a little bit of anterior delts, a little bit of triceps and stuff like that. So we get a little bit of everything at the beginning, then we do a little bit more isolation towards the end.
Beautiful. Let's go.
So you want to line your forearm up with the cables. So the angle that the cables are on is the same angle as your forearm.
Understand.
You don't want to be pushing up if the cable's going here or pushing
that same
down.
angle.
So try to make sure the height is the same angle that we want. I want a slight downward contraction for this area here of the pec.
I just realized the shirt, what it said.
Yeah. It's like downward converging angle, inward.
So when you say converge, you mean bring your hands together?
Going towards each other, going in.
Understand.
And I'm not pulling my elbows out to the sides here, which put a lot of pressure on your shoulders, or your shoulder joint. That takes it off the pec. So we're dropping the elbows.
Understand.
Which is a lot safer for your joints, as well as puts a lot more stress on the pec.
Beautiful.
So in and contract. In and contract. And push. Good job.
You feel that, man? Right through here. If you're at home watching this and you kind of do that and converge forward, you feel a great contraction. That's what we're kind of mimicking. Wow. Go get that on bench press.
Right through here, as you're pushing in, chest gets hit.
Do that again. Beast, well done.
While we're here and we got this setup going, we might do something a little bit for the clavicular pec, really nice and high up on the pec. So this is more costal. We're gonna look at the clavicular, which is gonna be coming up from the bottom. So what we do is put the cables from here down to the bottom. We use the bench to brace ourselves. Stand up, a little bit of a stretch backwards and up.
Oh,
Converging together.
I can feel that just looking at you.
Yep. It's gonna hit a little bit of that upper chest.
Build that shelf up.
Wow. Often we do these single arm at a time, but wanted to show the setup while we were here.
We're not
Because
doing this today though, are we?
well, why don't we do one set? We'll do one working set. This is a warm up to feel it. Up and contract. That's it. Come back. The arms come back behind your body and up in front of your face, converging together. That's it. Perfect. That's what we want. Up and converge together.
I like it.
What do you feel like?
Yeah, it feels amazing. Great work.
Working set? Gonna grab that from me.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, bro.
All right. So next we're going to be doing a machine dip. You can do regular dips or weighted dips if you like, but again, it's a compound movement. It's one of our first few exercises where we're hitting more chest, shoulders, and triceps. So this is what I would consider a little bit more tricep focused, but crosses over to those other things on the push day.
Absolutely. So loading it up.
Okay. The other thing I want to note is when we choose the movements that we do, we want to start with getting the muscle short and contracted first. So if you look at some of the stuff we did, like with that chest press, gets it short, contracted, and then as we're going into our workout deeper, if you notice as we're bringing this up, the muscle goes into more of a stretch position. The reason for that is when we're fresh, we're going to be able to have the strength to get the muscle short and contracted. As we fatigue later on in the workout, don't have the ability to get that short and contracted anymore, but we might be able to get it stretched and lengthened. So next we're going to do our first isolation shoulder movement. We're going to try to get the muscles short and contracted. We're going to do a lateral raise against the bench. It's going to keep us from leaning back.
And using momentum?
And yeah, so we're going to go with the scapular plane, which is this, right? And with the dumbbells, it's going to be hardest at the top. So that's what we want when we're still a bit fresh. This is the first isolation movement, hard at the top. And I'll grab some dumbbells to warm up with. It won't be heavy.
Fantastic. Let's go.
I won't need a lot of warm up now, so I'm just gonna maybe do about 5-6 reps just to feel the motion. Trying to hold it at the top in the contraction.
Understand.
And then that's all I need for warm up.
Beautiful. I'll give that a go. Up, contract. Is this a working set?
Yeah.
I see the face making the faces.
It's pretty heavy.
So we just go into it. Come on, let's do it. Good. Arms a little straighter. Good. Towards me. Bang, good. Keep going. Nice. Nice. Every fiber. Good. Come on.
Can you
Come
support
on.
my mentor?
A little bit, come on, good. What you can do is you can jump off of it and keep going standing. So here we go. Get a few more. Good. Kick your hips back just a little bit. Keep those hips back, that'll keep you from throwing it up. Come on, up. Good, keep the hips back. Good. Nice. Dude, that's fucking, that's ridiculous. Hey, Kilos, how's that?
8 kilos, baby. That's all you need. Working set. So I look at his face and that helps me determine how hard he's going.
How many reps I got left?
Okay, stand up, let's go.
I'm gonna keep going a few more.
Okay.
So I'm keeping myself hips back. Otherwise, I end up doing this.
Understand.
So
there's little tweaks, man, that make such a big difference, and that's what Scott's taught me. Seriously, could not have been where I am today without this gentleman.
I mean, and then you can even grab heavier weight
And
just do partials if you want, just out here. A lot of different options, but that'll do for now.
Well done, bro.
Next, we're gonna finish off chest with more of a stretching movement. So,
Oh, I hate this. Yeah.
it's coming. So our first movement, we did a contraction for chest.
Yes.
Upper chest, and now we're gonna do a fly, and we're gonna do a loaded stretch at the end as we're fatigued.
This
So,
loaded stretch is unbelievably painful.
I'll show you what I like to do.
Show him the movement that you've been showing me, yeah.
So it's kind of a combination press fly. So as you're coming down, the elbows bend slightly into that stretch position. And as you push up, you're straightening your arms.
Understand.
You don't come all the way in. You got no
Yeah.
tension up here.
So you're wasting that top part, keep the tension on it.
Keep it where the tension is.
Yes, sir.
Come out into a stretch. Pause for 2-3 seconds. Up into contraction. Come down. Pause for 2-3 seconds. Up into contraction. So every rep is a stretch.
I'm gonna get behind you and show that the angle from up back here, okay? We're smashing the YouTube. We want 45, 50. Come on, you got it. 55. 3, 2, 1. That's a minute. That's a minute. That's a true minute. All right.
I remember Dr. Scott Stevenson talking about they did a study with these birds where they hung weights off their wings. They put them in, they were under tranquilizer, but there actually was muscle growth as they did progressive overload to these weights hanging off their wings. So in that stretched position. So if it worked for the birds,
It's gonna work for us humans.
might as well give it a crack. But it just opens up everything. The blood's in there, so some people argue that it can possibly stretch the fascia. Some people say fascia is too much like steel to even stretch. So I'm not sure. Either way.
Well, your chest is huge, so it's
I've
definitely
knocked out my
worth it.
stretch and the set is in one go. So
Well done.
yeah, thanks, man. So our next exercise is standing cable laterals. Now this is going to be a similar movement that we did to the dumbbells. So with the dumbbells, we really worked it in the short contracted position while we're fresh. So the reason why we work our contracted position fresh is as you get fatigued later on in the workout, you're going to have a hard time getting the muscle short, but you still can get a little bit of that lengthened stretch movement. Dumbbell laterals are great, but they're missing an element. They're hard at the top, but easy at the bottom. So now we're going to do the cables in a position where it's going to be harder at the bottom, and then the tension drops off at the top. So
All right.
it's the same movement, different.
Show us how it's
tension
done.
place.
Let's show us how it's done, bro.
So up,
Bam.
it's easy up here where the cable is lined up with the arm.
Yep.
And then as it gets perpendicular, it's the hardest.
Understand.
So as it's parallel, easy.
Easy.
As it comes down to here, harder. If I were to step out here, it's going to be really hard down here. And then the tension drops off at the top. But that's what we want. It's opposite of the dumbbells. Next, we're gonna hit a little bit of front delt. So it's gonna, camera's gonna cross over body just a little bit with a neutral grip, kind of a hammer style grip. So, yep, right there. Really feel that right here.
All American muscle.
So,
sorry. Do you have a bit of fun when you train? You're actually bringing it a little bit across your face.
correct. Now,
You look nasty, man.
If I were to, so it's all about the angles. So before with the supinated grip,
sir.
it's going to be more upper chest.
Yes.
With the neutral grip, it's going to be more mid-delt, coming inwards. If I were to come outwards like that, it's going to go back into the mid-trap a little bit. So if I were to take the cable and come up as a Y raise, it's going to hit a little bit of mid-trap. So it's all in the angles. Spending too much time talking about what we're doing, and I'm losing the intensity of my workout.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
Beautiful. That's what I want to hear.
Giant set for triceps here. So we're going to start with the triceps in the contracted position here. We're going to hit a little bit more of that long head back here, right? With the hand neutral. As we fatigue, we're going to step forward. We're just going to hit a little bit more of a stretch position. Then we're going to stretch it further by going across our body.
Yep.
Right here. Right. And then once we fatigue from there, we're going to drop the cable and go from the bottom up at a slight angle. And it's going to really hit the muscle and hit that long-headed tricep in a stretch position back here. So it's hardest at the bottom, and when we're completely fried, we'll hold that stretch. So that's an overview. I'm going to do a set.
Embrace the stretch. Extreme stretches, loaded stretches, whatever you want to call them. Brilliant thing. And you've knocked your stretching out as well, so killed two birds with one stone. Good job, brother.
Wow, that was painful, man.
Side tricep. Now, twist that shoulder, back shoulder around to me. Turn it around. More. Twist, twist, twist. Yep. I want to see your left shoulder. There you go. Blow out the air. Blow out your air. Twist. Good. Better. Getting there. Good job.